Okay, people, I have been seeing DIY projects like this going around all the time, but no one ever shows you how to make one. So here you go. Start with a big button down shirt and seam rip that pocket off. Use a shirt that's just slightly too big for you because I had to take mine in a couple inches, but then measure down the shirt how long you want it to be and draw a straight line across it. Then measure up 3 inches or so from that bottom line to make a curve on the edge. Just make sure it's even on both sides. I did mine about 3 inches. From the top of the curve, take a ruler and draw a line straight up to the collar. Make sure you just make the V however deep you want it and how wide you want it. And then cut all of this out. Only cut the V on the front though, so your shirt should look something like this. I also just cut the collar off right below the seam. Let that vibe on the side and take the bottom of the shirt and cut the button area off and lay it flat. Figure out how much you have and then cut 2 equal rectangles out of this that are the whole length of the shirt, like that. So you should have these 2 strips of fabric for the ruffles. You're going to put them together right size facing and just sew a straight line down. Now hem one end of it, just fold it over twice and sew a straight stitch all the way down. Set your machine to the longest straight stitch and sew all the way down along the top side, so the side that you didn't just hem. Do not backstitch. To create the ruffles, you hold just the top string and just bunch the fabric up. It takes a little while, but you'll get used to it. You just pull it and bunch the fabric up and make sure the ruffles are a little bit spread out evenly. You might have to mess around with it a bit, but just line it up with the bottom of your shirt and pin it there and then sew it on. Again, make sure your ruffles are spread out. Hem the same way from the bottom of one ruffle all the way up around the collar into the bottom of the other. Then I just cut the long sleeves off and we're going to use the sleeves to make the tie. So use your sleeve and cut 2 rectangles out, twice the width of how big you want your straps to be, and then just fold them in half right sides facing and sew across one end and all the way down the side. Now take a stick or something and push the side that's sewn together and the whole thing all the way through the open end to turn it inside out. For the sleeves, I just cuffed them over twice and I'm gonna iron the sleeve and the straps at the same time, but I don't have an iron, so I used my hair straightener. Then sew along the cuff of the sleeve to hem it. Then place the straps on either side of the shirt. I suggest trying it on with them pinned there and seeing if it's where you like it, but just sew them on. I went over it like 3 times and then you're done.